Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining Candid Mina every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. Thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do hit the like button, share with friends, and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. So, friends, as I mentioned before, see if you want to see this channel grow, please contribute by subscribing to it. And this makes a big difference for us. And whenever you feel that you believe in this channel and it's a channel that stands for honesty, do spread the word to your friends as well. So before I start this session, I would like to say something to viewers. Now, see, this is with a little bit of difficulty that I have to say this, but see, with regards to the SSR diaries, I will not be pursuing SSR diaries with Deepthi Pinati anymore, because see, something that Deepthi had mentioned earlier also, that there were certain people, the cabal trying to get in and trying to rewrite what SSR had written. So it is with this intent, wondering whether this could be true. I looked at the latest slides that Deepthi had put in her Twitter, and I found it very strange that it was, SSR's words seem to be completely directed at the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Now, I don't think Sushant Singh was that sort of a man who would have criticized a leader like Narendra Modi. And so this, I think, is a two-pronged effort to malign not only the Prime Minister, but also SSR, by putting SSR on the wrong side. So after reading this slide, I'm convinced that whatever we had to hear from the SSR diaries in the initial stages, those would be true. That's what I'd like to believe. But now what is coming of late? The slide that I read completely had me flabbergasted. And also, I'd also mentioned this directly to Deepthi in social media, that please do not tag me in any sort of derogatory tweet about my Prime Minister. Narendra Modi is our leader. He is the man who's standing between enemies of India. Without him, we are unprotected. Let me get that straight to you. And even if we have good chief ministers like Yogi or Hemanta Biswa, these are all people who have been groomed under Sri Modi. So let us not get our facts wrong. If the cabal has entered the diaries to misrepresent what SSR has written and think that they can make people start hating their own Prime Minister, then this is not something that we should pursue. So this is my decision. Friends, I hope you will trust me with the decision and go with me. Thank you so much. So today, let's move on to the main story, which is, so friends, here you are welcome to join me and also give your viewpoints. I'll just put the link after I speak. You're welcome to talk about it. Now, this is very surprising that News Laundry, which is a media that nobody trusts, okay? Because you remember, now let me just go to the PowerPoint as I speak. Just a second. We are talking about this wonderful girl called Disha Salian, who from her face you could make out she was bright, she was intelligent, and she was a good friend of SSR. And the kind of death she suffered, we all know, was a very gruesome one, exactly like that of SSR. Now the efforts are being made to camouflage it or whitewash it and say that she committed suicide. Now, looking at her face, you can make out that she's not the kind of woman who would commit suicide. Now, see, when you look at News Laundry suddenly coming out after 2 years with uh, an interview with her so-called boyfriend. Now, it came as a complete surprise for us. Now, Rohan Roy, of course, we don't know whether Rohan Roy was living together with her or whether he was an old time friend. So these are things we don't know, which again, we are not really interested in. But this comes exactly after, you remember, the mayor was sitting with Disha's mother and saying that, see, making sure that Disha's mother would, go to court against the Ranis to say that they are maligning their daughter, and they're sure it was a suicide, and she, she should not be shamed in this manner. I will also go to that later. Now, the people who run News Laundry is a left media, and it's run by Abhinandan Shekri, Madhu Trehan, Prashant Shekri, and Rupak Kumar. Now, these are all leftist people, and they've been caught in a lot of problems earlier also. Now, I would not like to beat around the bush. I'd like to take you straight to a story they did on a most suspicious character that we've been talking about, especially Saffron, who's been talking a lot about him and exposing him. We're talking about Nilotpal Mrinal. Now, look at the title that News Laundry has given. Meet the man behind the justice was SSR storm. Okay. So, in the small letters, it is, why is the 37-year-old businessman so deeply invested in it, and what makes him so influential? Now, he was never a person who started the SSR movement. So that itself, the headline and the blurb, it's all a big fat lie. This man, if you go by news reports, it was a very big report had come regarding him smuggling things from Dubai, and he was caught with watches and whatnot. And he said that, see, people can believe what they want to. No, but it was a news report that he was caught at the Dubai, at the customs when he came from Dubai. Now look at the sentence. I want you to read it carefully. In this article on Nilotpal, the News Laundry says, look at the kind of research they do. First of all, I don't find them journalists at all. They are just people who are like PR. So here they say, yet there are nagging questions about Mrinal's involvement in the Justice for SSR campaign. See, this is the truth. People are already asking questions. Over the past year, he has repeatedly appeared on primetime debates on TV news channels such as Republic TV and Times Now, describing himself as Rajput's family friend. Even though he never met the actor, he claims to be a friend of one of Rajput's cousins, Neeraj Kumar Bablu, a BJP legislator to Bihar. I've known his cousin for 6 to 7 years, he said once. I could have met Sushant if I wanted to, but I never tried. Why not? I'm not a filmy guy, but I have watched some of SSR's movies. He hesitantly recalled MS Dhoni, The Untold Story, Chichore, and Dil Bechara, which released after the actor's death. Now, here, viewers, what I'd like to tell you is that if he didn't know Sushant, how did he become the front runner for the SSR movement? That itself is a big fat lie. And News Laundry, without doing any research, proclaimed that he is the leader of the movement. And his English, first of all, his language is not good. And then he says that he has been the one who's been making all those taglines after Smita Parak. So now both have transferred this to the sister, Priyanka, and moved out of social media, looks like. So rather than going into that part of the story, let me tell you that News Laundry has a very, very bad reputation. So going back to, so now here when we looked at the interview that these people said, this interview comes after 2 years after Disha died. So why did this man, Rohan RAI, take so long to come and speak about what happened? Now, what was even more amusing was that he appeared with Disha's parents. Now, Disha's parents, the mother does not want to, it's like, she has just decided that she will tell each and everyone that Disha committed suicide. Earlier, I'd like to tell you that in ZTV, when she was interviewed in ZTV, she said Disha was a very brave girl, who was linked with Rohan RAI, but she was never the type to commit suicide. Now the complete U-turn has come about, and the mother speaks in this way. And the mother is so angry that the details are coming out. Everybody knows what exactly happened on that night and what happened to Disha. Now they're trying their best to sort of, whitewash the whole thing. So according to what Rohan RAI says, is that they had a party and then they ordered pizza and Disha had also consumed some alcohol. And then, she went, she got upset about something and she went into her room. She locked herself. And though he knocked multiple times, she didn't answer. So he pushed, opened the door. He broke open the door and checked everywhere, inside, including the cupboard. Why the cupboard? I mean, were they playing some sort of a hide and seek that she would hide in the cupboard? And then he said that I looked into the washroom and obviously she was not there. Why are you using the word obviously? I mean, so you were sure that you wouldn't find her in the bathroom? And then, of course, then you have your dramatic version of where you look at the window and you say that, where you saw the body and you wanted to also jump and commit suicide. Now, this sort of drama is even more dramatic than even Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahuti types. First of all, the way you speak in this interview itself, shows that you are lying through your teeth. There is absolutely no emotion in either your face, the mother's face, or the father's face. So I don't know how and why you are, churning out these lies. And you said that you wanted to also commit suicide. But apparently from what you speak, you seem completely detached from this incident. And then, when you say that, she ordered for her, you all had ordered a pizza and then she went into a room annoyed and then she committed. So when the body was found, the body was naked. You mean to say that she committed suicide after taking off clothes? So that's also very surprising, Rohan. So we're not exactly getting what you're trying to say. Now it's like, you built a script exactly as in what Siddharth Pitani built when they went to check Sushant's room and said that they found him hanging. After breaking open the door, they found him hanging. Why are the scripts all the same? Same with Jia Khan. And if this happened, why did the Mumbai police allow Rohan RAI to leave the city without, ensuring that they would trace him? So were they sort of actually pushing him out of the city to cover up what actually happened? So, it's very strange. And somehow we feel that this is a big eyewash to hide the real words. You remember in the Z News interview, she had said that Disha was very brave. The mother had said she was very brave and would not commit suicide. So there's a limit to how many lies that they can really spin. Rohan RAI also, seems to be under tremendous pressure of the Mahavikas Aghadi, who are shattered and desperate to cover up for murderers of Sushant and Disha. Now, if you look at what happened to Steve Pinto, they say, has died in a car crash. And Steve was Disha Salian's best friend. He was trying to give out code words on her death, that it was not an accident. And this is too was not an accident. He's been killed. So here, now let's go back to what was the what really happened on that night. Now, allegedly, see this is again, this is all the information that we've been gathering, and allegedly, there was a birthday party of Ekta Kapoor, and at this party, there were all these celebrities you're talking about. Manish Malhotra, Karan Johar, a lot of people who came for the party. Now, they had apparently, Ekta Kapoor had deleted all the pictures and made sure that nobody posted any pictures of that night. We are talking about the 7th. Now here, if you look carefully, here? All the proof lies in this picture. Manish Malhotra says, "Happy birthday, dearest and fabulous Ekta Kapoor, with you. It's always laughter and joy. So many years of friendship, you know, for for and love for each other." So that's 7th. So this itself is proof that they had been there at the party. Now, according to Disha's mother, Rohan RAI, who was acting in Ekta Kapoor's serials, had called her and said that it's important that she attend the party. But Disha, according to the mother, was not very keen to go, and she was rather reluctant. But Rohan said, persuaded her, and they came in a car to pick her up. Now, she said that she had ordered for some pizza or something, which her parents can have, and she rushed off with Rohan RAI. Now, which was the party? Obviously, it was this party where Rashmi Desai was also there. And all these interviews were done in Arnab's channel. Now, apparently, at that party, there were a lot of politicians, also NGO, people who owned NGOs, and there were also top actors. And again, this is all alleged, so it's all reported, and we have to get the truth out, is that there was something very hanky-panky that happened there. And Disha Salian saw that. And Disha Salian complained to Rohan about it. And when they were arguing, someone came up to them and said, "What's happened?" And when they explained that, that's when she was separated from Rohan and taken away. Apparently, the last call that she made was last two calls or a few calls. One was to Mumbai police, and the other was to SSR, and one was to Ankita Lokande. Did Ankita Lokande ever say that what was Disha so desperately trying to convey to her? No. Did the police tell us why she called? No. Only SSR knew what had happened. And after this, what happened was, again, see, this is all reported and by various sources, that she was allegedly gang raped, taken in a car, in a white car, and thrown outside the compound of her house. Now, if you just go to the flats, just look at this is the building. Now, according to what the parents said was that she had committed suicide, according to Rohan also. This is 2 years later, that she had pulled away the mesh wire and jumped out of the building. Okay. Now, but her body magically landed outside the compound. So, how that really happened is something one cannot fathom. But what happened is in all those interviews or the reports that was being done intensely by Republic was that the watchman had said that again the watchman was changed. The watchman said that he had seen some people come in a white car, dumping the body there, and they had gone. The body was naked. Now, it took this. Then he said this. The watchman said that the Rohan RAI came and took the body in his car and went off. So apparently, people in the building had said that they had heard some sounds and all that. But what happened was that the watchman had been changed. For what reason? Again, we don't know that. And then, so what happened was, in between this, if you're looking There is tremendous pressure both on the parents and Rohan Rai. And you'll also find that in between this, there's another very good friend called Bunty, who is also says that, see, this is all absolute crap. I'm her best friend, and whatever happened was only a suicide. Now, we'll get to that as well. Who this fellow is. It even if this for example, she had committed suicide, why did it take Rohan Rai 25 minutes to come down and gather her body? And apparently, Rohan Rai invited people for Disha's funeral on 9th June. Okay, so she died on 8th morning and 7th night or 8th morning. And when her postmortem was performed 2 days later on 11th June, how come they say that it was cremated on 9th? And then when the postmortem report came, they said that she had, according to the postmortem, there were signs of sexual abuse, gang rape in her private parts. And also there was a hole on on her chin. And her hand was bruised. So how did this all happen? I mean, if she had fallen from the top floor, there would have been furthermore injuries and a lot of blood. And then when Nitish Rane said that he had an eyewitness report of exactly what happened, how she had been gang raped and killed, Rohan Rai now says that he never spoke to any politician. So that's even more strange. So it's like, they're building up the story in one way or the other just to say that nothing happened except that she was weak-willed, and he was, that's the reason why she committed suicide. Now you see Nitish Rane's father, at the police station, and they were questioned for many hours with regards to the complaint filed by Disha's mother and father. And they have clearly said that it is not a suicide, but it is rape and murder. So they are still sticking to it, and they say that they have evidence of it. So it is time that they, started to reveal it. Now here you will see what Pradeep Bhandari had, tweeted at that time. Look at the man who this Bunty, who said that it is a suicide, one of Disha's close friends. This is Bunty. Look, Sandeep Singh is a common link between Disha and Sushant's murder. What he's saying, tweeting, is that both Sandeep and Riya were planted by the big drug honey money mafia. Now, this is a picture of a party in 2020 where Sandeep, Rohan Rai, Disha's boyfriend, who was absconding, are seen together. Rohan Rai is, I think, this person at the back, yes. And this is Bunty, another very close friend, who was constantly tweeting about his, anger with Arnab for, questioning the case. And he said that this has all been just a natural, this thing of suicide. So why are these people making such a big issue of it? So which means his link with Sandeep, and there are more murky things, involved in this. Earlier, Sandeep Singh had said that he didn't know Disha. Now you see Disha was managing Aishwarya Rai, and she was managing other celebrities also. But here you see the link between Sandeep Singh and Disha. So that's another big lie. And here you will also see in the interview that both the mother and Rohan Rai and the father had absolutely no emotions. They were talking just like, somebody had coached them to say the right words. And, there's something very odd also about Rohan Rai's expression. I mean, anyone who's closely attached to his girlfriend or his wife or his partner would not be able to speak like this. They would have been completely shattered. But this man has gone on with life, and of course we talk about what his future also held for him. So these are all pictures of earlier times when they were celebrating. So you see Disha and you see Rohan and their friends. Here again you see this guy Bunty, who's very close to Sandeep Singh, Rohan and Disha. celebrating. Again, here you see another photograph of all of them together, and also remember that Disha was connected to Bunty Sajdeh's a company, which is Cornerstone, and Bunty Sajdeh is Salman Khan's brother-in-law. So everything is linked, and Salman Khan's company, though he says it's not his, is one. So they're all related. Riya came in from one. Now, after this, he has started getting ads. This is one of the ads where he features Rohan RAI, and now there are more ads, and he's also been getting serials from none other than Ekta Kapoor. So, are these the prices that he gets for keeping his mouth shut for 2 years and then suddenly opening it and telling people all this crap? So that's another very important question. Are these the favors that he's getting for being sort of speaking the language of the Mahavikas Aghadi, and who are they protecting? So another thing that I wanted to talk to you, friends, is that see why just like a pattern. What we've noticed is that there was this hole in Disha's chin. It's very similar kind of wound was also in Janvi's, Janvi Kukreja's face also. So there's some sort of a pattern, and again, we don't know whether all this is being viewed on darknet as well. Now, another point here, very important point, is that these people who are writing the script for these people to talk have forgotten that their public has got each and every detail of what happened in those days. And it's important for the federal agencies to act on it and not keep quiet. When they watch such interviews, it was their duty to, to accost Rohan RAI and find out what had happened. And somehow, I believe that the cabal have bought over the parents, just as they have bought over SSR sisters. Because SSR sisters do not talk about going to Supreme Court, or they do not talk about questioning the CBI. So these are the things that have been, that have become very clear from this interview by a fake news media like News Laundry, who nobody should trust. Because these are, first of all, they do not do any research, and they do not even show the person who's interviewing you. You see, that shows how reliable a channel they are. So, friends, I'd like you to understand that, take all this not with a pinch of salt, but with a huge bag of salt. So now I'll just take your comments, and I'll also invite you to join me in case you'd like to, you air your views. Yeah, this is the link. Friends, in case you'd like to join, please come in. So let me just take some of your comments. Karthik, very true. Bollywood come down on their knees very badly, and soon karma will surely strike them. Justice for SSR and Disha. Ringing. Many more witnesses are still to come to just cover up the case completely. And I also think, friends, very importantly, is that Disha was also a part of SSR's team, and they were, they were finding out exactly what all was happening, behind stage. Man felt very devastated to watch Disha's parents sitting beside the so-called boyfriend who went missing for these. He was not missing, Yamini. He was, I'm sure, instructed by the Mumbai police to remain hidden. Otherwise, the whole thing would come out in the open. I've shared the link. Kindly join. This is the link. You can join. Maya says everyone involved in the cover-up are being rewarded. Riya, Snake, Ankita, Rashmi Desai, and all. Even Disha's cousin Disha Salian being rewarded handsomely. So Rohan can now expect a bountiful future. Yes, very well said, Maya. But also remember, there's a divine force watching all of them as well. So it can't be that easy as they think. Happy. Maharashtra government days are numbered. Thackeray has started roaring. I'm not too confident of Raj Thackeray because today he did a U-turn, and so I'm not sure, very sure of him as well. Bandhan Bhandari and Firangi girls coming to India in the name of acting, of doing all those dark works and selling themselves and their soul to. Absolutely. Hi, Minaji. In my opinion, I feel this was totally staged, and these two, Rohan and Mia, puppets Mia are mere, yes, puppets in the hands of these penguins. Well said, Kartik. Yeah. Why are people not asking for Ranil to comment on Rai's interview? Everyone was flooding Rane's with questions regarding the evidence. Why not now? Why can't sisters take cognizance of this? Absolutely. True Indian. Let them all dress, pose, poke, pun, bring drama ads or create storyboards. Still, we SSRians should stay strong and never get influenced. Please don't care. We love SSR always, and we'll get justice for all victims. There is a tarot card reader. She said one day Hollywood will get obsolete and extinct. She said that Penguin and Penguin's dad will relocate to a foreign country. And I'm sure this time, as before, this Rohan has been paid a hefty amount for the staged interview. That idiot is blabbering worse that she ordered pizza not, and suddenly she went and committed suicide, and that too naked. That makes it so funny. Okay, let me just add Anuradha. So, Anuradha, you need to add your devices. Yeah, I'm just adding up. Yeah, welcome, Anuradha. Welcome, Anu. Can you hear me, Anu? Okay. Let the penguins be sent to Antarctica, where they truly belong. People with cold hearts. So let me just take some of your initial Leonara. It's not only scripted, it's there to promote PR bullyweed. And they've always spoken against the SSR movement, especially trying to wash Ria's dirty face and giving her a poor thing character. So let me just add Anu. Welcome, Anu.
Namaste. Hello, Meena.
Yes, welcome. Welcome.
Yeah, and good evening to all the Candid Meena viewers.
Welcome.
I thought I just thought I'd do minutes.
Yeah.
Know too much about movies. Not that I know too much about the case, the particulars of the case. I really don't. I think that the mother and the citizen.
Anu,
I just
I
wanted
think
to share that this. Yeah, sorry, you're not. Are you able to
I think
hear
your voice.
now?
Yeah, your voice is breaking.
Okay, probably it's a poor internet connection today. Is it better now?
Yeah, the voice is clear.
Okay. Are you able to me?
I'm not able to see you.
Okay, so what I'll do is it's a poor connection.
Clear.
Let me just
now you're clear.
leave and
now you're
rejoin.
Clear.
Yeah.
No, you're clear. You're clear now. Okay. Happy and Hopeful says, obviously, our Rai has been bribed heavily, either in cash or movies to come. He doesn't have any sorrow for his dead fiancé at all. Remember, Sushant said in his diaries that Rohan could have been a plant in Disha's life, like Ria. Exactly. Welcome, Lalit. Welcome, Devi. Good evening, Meera. The Maharashtra government is trying to save. Yeah, let me just add Anu. Welcome, Anu.
Thank you, Meera. Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Today is very poor internet connection. Uh, I don't know too much the details of this case. I'm not aware of the full details. But just as a mother and a citizen, I think it's important every one of us raise our voices, because today it's happened to Disha and Sushant and so many other youngsters. Tomorrow it could well happen to somebody in our homes. And let us not wait till it is too late. Let us not wait
Yeah,
till that day when it strikes closer to home,
yeah,
and injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So,
yeah.
one thing, yes, it's obvious that a lot of the authorities, have chosen to look the other way or worse. As for Rohan Rai, if he actually was Disha's boyfriend, then God help her, because to the young girls out there, I'd just like to say this is exactly the kind of friend or boyfriend you need to guard yourself against.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
She died in the most horrific of circumstances, and
Yeah,
to bail out like this shows him to be a very spineless character. um, I mean, I'm sorry, that sounds very judgmental, but it is what it is. And Disha's parents, I
absolutely.
can't say much. I mean, I don't know what their compulsions are. I believe they have another son. Maybe they are worried about him. I don't know. I don't know what their compulsions are. So, um, I don't want to say too much there. And they are senior citizens. So, but all I can say is that to the youngsters out there, watch your back. uh, be aware of whom you are friends with. Don't get taken
Yes,
in by um, don't get taken in by the friends group, the talk. Always have a trusted confidant, nobody better than your parents, and or an elder sibling, or an elder friend, relative, counselor. There's too much going on, and this is just to all the youngsters out there. Just be careful, guys. I mean, the world is not um, as innocent and straight as you'd like to believe, especially if you're in one of these fields which involves glamour. You know,
mm, mm,
it's a dirty world out there, and the sooner that you're aware of it, the wiser you will be, and the more careful you will be. And as far as it
mm.
goes on this front, just err on the side of caution. Um, you all youngsters, you all
You
have your
know,
dreams, and
Anu, see,
yes,
the very fact that it took them 2 years to do this itself shows
yeah,
that all other efforts have failed to bring, to whitewash people, whitewash
yeah.
people has all failed, So every time they try a different tactic, to fool
Yes.
people.
And yeah, so I think I just hope that this quest for justice will continue, and I hope justice will be done. As for the other lady who I think her name is Deepthi, who used to come
Yeah,
to read out, some diary drives. Um, if she's genuine, more power to her and her quest for justice. As long as it was limited to Sridevi and SSR, I too supported her. And however, of late, the stuff that was being read out in the diaries was just all over the place, and it kind of didn't add up. And
okay,
anybody who works in law or will tell you that when things don't add up, that's because
yeah,
truth is not part of the equation. So
yes.
I think it's better that until she can prove better, I think it's better that she doesn't come on the channel,
See,
only
you
because I
know,
think your name
Anu,
stands for integrity. Yeah,
yeah, see, the red light started shining when I saw the latest slides against our prime minister,
yeah, I saw that.
trying to malign him. So that, I mean, that's something SSR would have never done, So it is
Yeah,
trying to hit two people with two people, both the Prime Minister and SSR, by maligning both of them. So here,
Yeah.
somebody has interviewed and rewritten the script.
Yeah, and I think, a lot of viewers were watching her and believing her because she came on your channel. So your name is your trademark, it's your legacy, your integrity. So that shouldn't be put at stake for anything, you know.
Yeah.
And if she's really who she says she is, and if she's truthful, the truth will come out, and time will bring out the truth. But till then, I think it's always better to just err on the side of caution, because your channel stands for integrity. And once, that gets compromised, it's very, very tough to regain that reputation. That's just my two bit.
Yeah. Also, Karthik comes out with a brilliant sentence. He says, Disha's parents have failed as parents. As simple
Yeah,
as that. Now, here,
true.
why I would agree with Karthik is that because you don't need money. You don't need money. Reputation and money don't go together. They had such a wonderful daughter, you know, who could, who was bubbly, who was cheerful and so positive. And to think that she would ever commit suicide, itself is a joke. So when she herself said that first, and then she did a U-turn, it shows that, see, I
It's
mean, they're
very
not.
sad.
Yeah,
It's very
yeah,
sad. And, if you don't speak up for your daughter, who will? If you don't stand up
yeah,
for your child. But as I said, I don't know too much, but somebody shared that I read it somewhere that they have a son who's being threatened. I don't know, Meena, but I agree with what Karthik says, that they failed as parents, as Disha's parents. If they're keeping quiet because they are worried about their son, well, that's maybe their compulsions. But yes, in their duty towards Disha, there is no doubt that they have failed, and that's something that they're going to carry with them forever.
yeah. Ringing is saying Rohan was in a relation with Rashmi, just as Lokhande with Vicky. Both Disha and SSR got ditched. This is something I had also overheard from some other people, but we do not know. Meera says, frankly, SSR wouldn't have the time to investigate matters from cricket to industrialists and everything under the sun. So now, again, Meera, here I'm telling you very clearly, when it came to the stage where I suddenly saw some tweets tagging me, against my prime minister, the red alert came, and I decided to take it up. And then I looked at the latest slides, which were being revealed by Deepthi on Twitter, and I was shocked to find that these were all maligning our prime minister. And I'm sure that SSR, in the midst of his assignments and all this, he wouldn't have been taking, someone like a prime minister, and knowing that he's a very respectful person, with such good manners. I don't think this is written by him. It is being written by somebody else, and most probably what Deepthi would have said is right, that there are some external forces from Cabal, interfering in the drive. So perhaps they are rewriting the script as they did in the case of Rohan RAI. So I will not, take it against Deepthi. It could be something that
Absolutely.
perhaps she is also not aware of.
Absolutely. That's
So
why I said,
anyway, it is
I
something
mean,
that we will not take lying low, because as patriots, we care for our country and the leader who's been doing so much for India. So it's absolutely, no to that.
absolutely. Before I sign out, I'd just like to say I wasn't sure why she tagged you, because I'm sure she comes on other channels also. I
Yeah,
didn't get why she tagged only you. And when I looked at the list of people, I was shocked to find, I think she tagged probably the justice, the courts. And I think then you have to be very, very careful, because you're stepping into very dangerous territory, with tagging, anybody to do with the judicial system. So I think just to be a little more careful, it's good that you've distanced yourself. But that's
yeah,
all I wanted to share. Thank you.
yeah.
And thank you,
Thank you so
viewers.
much,
Have a
Anna.
great evening.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Thank you. Bye. Yeah. So I'll just take a few more comments, interesting ones. There has already been and will be a malign campaign against Deepthi ever since she began working on Sri Devi's death and continued with SSR's diary. Don't forget, there is a massive campaign against her. So maybe some people are working against her, and this could be one of the reasons. I do not know. But anyway, I cannot carry, Karthik, any slides or any information saying that it is from SSR's diary. maligning our Prime Minister, because that would be treason from all sides. We care for our Prime Minister, and he is the one, again, I'll reiterate, he is the man who's standing against our enemies. If it was Sonia Gandhi, our country would have been ripped apart. Look at the way Rahul Gandhi is dancing in a disco when actually Jodhpur is in fire. Is this a kind of behavior expected from a leader? So please make sure that you know who is working and who is not working. Well said, Meena. A lot of allegations about our PM. It's really not good. We are waiting for justice through, yes, our PM. Which part of the diaries? You just read the recent ones posted by Deepthi. Deepthi is honest. There's possible cloning, so there wouldn't be a blind belief, hate to say this, but we need to open it to its shame if you don't have Deepthi. So this is, again, see, Poonam, all of us are adults. It's totally up to you what you have to believe. I'm not here to tell you to do this or to do that. All I can say is that in my channel, I can no longer run this because now the diaries have become suspect. So it's better I be frank with you rather than carry you on a journey which will lead you to even more things that are not perhaps true. Ma'am, why Rana are fighting case in jail even as BJP MLAs without any valid case? Under the Mahavikas Aghadi, it's a banana republic. Anybody can do anything. You know that, see, even their houses are being checked by the BMC to see if there are irregularities. The first thing that they do to, corner you is to make sure that, your building is illegal or legal so that they can, penalize you. I cannot explain how the Mahavikas Aghadi works. It's more like a banana republic. Who to trust, ma'am? Everyone is exposing everyone. You have to trust yourself first. And you have to trust what has happened to SSR, Disha, and people like Jia Khan. Don't go, the more people spin stories, you have to use your logic to understand which is true and what is not true. The moment we started reading against our Prime Minister, I could sense that the agenda has changed. Because the question asked to me by Deepthi was that, in the tweet was that, what happened to Kamal, the guy, Deep Kamal, who was in the farmers' agitation, and how did he disappear mysteriously? So now that's not something I would like to, question the Prime Minister. What do you mean by that question? So these are things I would not like to, because he was a traitor, and if he died in an accident, we don't know what happened to him. Okay, so I can ask you 100 questions. So that's something. So again and again, I'm reiterating on my channel, on Candid Meena, I will not tolerate anything from anybody against our Prime Minister. I've been following him. This is the second term that the Prime Minister is with us, protecting our country. If we cannot trust him, we cannot trust anybody else. There may be a few people in the ministry we cannot trust, but that doesn't mean that is him. Those people are individuals with their own interests, their own vested interests. Scotland police came to arrest Thakreji. Thank you, Lenora. I think even Deepthi could have been sold out, or a plant to give mix of partial truth and lies. We are with you. Thank you, True Indian. See, for me, my relationship with Deepthi has been good so far. But again, I'm telling you, see, any good friend also, if whoever, it's a friend, or if they start speaking about something that we do not believe in, we cannot carry that. This is a channel that stands for the truth. I cannot tell you people that, see, our leader is like this or somebody else is like, I cannot. Then I'm cheating myself. I'm not paid. See, this is not a sponsored channel. I do not have advertisers, pushing their money into me. So I can say exactly what I feel. And I hope you guys respect me for that. I will not bow down to these people. These are my principles. This is what I have learned from my parents. And this is something that, see, I want to inculcate to others. And that's why I respect all of you whenever you join me, because I believe that you all have the same values that we all share. Very true. He's our protector. Priya. Thank you, Priya. Do you have info on Rana's? Is Navneet cell gone down? Why here she has not? Here again, happy and hopeful. There's a bit of a drama here, as in what Emma said. So this couple is also quite strange. They said that they also behave in a certain manner. If they want, they can join NCP or they can join other parties as well whenever the issue is raised. So I would rather put a little bit of salt and masala in this and say that they are okay. Why taking so much time? Yes, this is a question we're all asking. Yes, ma'am. Very well said. Now, our PM only protect our country. We're supporting and respect. Thank you so much, Meena, for standing with me. Meera says, frankly, SSR wouldn't have the time to investigate matters from cricket to industrialists and everything under the sun. See, Meera, till a stage, there was a certain time we could, believe a lot of the things. But when the things start getting distorted, then, I had a lot of you viewers complaining that there's something wrong, man. Can you please check it out? So that's what I was also doing on my own. These spoke for the farmers' agitation even during it was happening. And Meenaji, and she agreed to disagree on that matter, but I don't know what really happened later. Please take my message. What is your message, Silky Soul? Well said, Meena. We need Modi ji as our PM and leader for at least another 50 years to clean out the muck of last 70 years. YouTuber Jim Browning, Salt Lake. Okay, we'll check that out. So that's all the news for now, friends. We'll meet you tomorrow with Mayur Kalbag. We'll be doing another session on the paranormal, and we'll be talking about ghosts and their presence. And you're welcome to join us tomorrow. It'll be an interesting session. This is part 2 of the paranormal. Thank you and good night.